Okay, let's start our discussion. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the borrowing cost. And borrowing cost is discussed by IAS 23, basically IAS 23. Because if we remember, if we recap the concept of borrowing cost, then normally if an entity needs to construct an asset, for example, if you're just talking about the construction of an asset, and for construction of an asset, you might need a loan. And we already know for a loan, we have to pay the interest cost that is known as finance cost. So what we have to do, either this interest cost or finance cost can be capitalized or it should be expense out basically. IAS 23 borrowing costs are going to tell us what we have to do in different circumstances. Either this will be capitalized, it will be expense out, or it could be capitalized for some period, or it could be expense out for remaining period as well. So we will discuss in detail about the borrowing, basically about our finance cost. So what are our contents for today's discussion of IAS 23? First of all, we will be having discussion about the definition. What are the definitions? What are different definitions? What are different components for IAS 23? Then we will be having our discussion about recognition criteria. What we think, what is our recognition criteria of IAS 23 basically? How we can recognize IAS 23 borrowing cost? What is the capitalization period? What is the capitalization criteria? Because we are talking about borrowings, so borrowings could be of different types, like there could be specific borrowings, there could be general borrowings as well. And what you think, what is the difference between specific and general borrowing, we will discuss in our coming slides. Then we will be looking at some of the examples of IAS 23. Following on, there will be some disclosures of IAS 23, and finally our standard will close on our question and our answer session as well. So let's start our discussion with IAS 23 contents.